going, good people? Coming in from the backyard today. Just wanted to start getting rolling on my second video. Give you a brief introduction of what I went through in my first video. It's just my name is Keith Daniel. I'm from Connecticut. Invest all in Connecticut thus far. Mostly actually all in the Fairfield County area. I've looked in New Haven County, but mostly all my investments been in Fairfield County area. I'm currently just finished selling a flip. Well, it actually sold in February. So that's said and done, and we're actually in the process of looking for our next one that we could purchase and rehab and buy. Always looking on the MLS, talking to wholesalers. We actually are wholesalers ourselves, so we're marketing the deals also ourselves. I'm also a buy and hold investor. I have a couple of duplexes here in the Fairfield County area. The Bridgeport, Stratford area. That's where I've primarily been buying my buy and hold properties. So I'm also looking for more buy and hold properties also. I'm looking to grow and get a little bigger there. So I'm looking for 3-family and up. I've purchased 3 2-families thus far. So I'm looking to step out of my comfort zone of the 2-family and step into purchasing a 3-family or more, and just to try to grow. I always say stepping out your comfort zone. On the other side of your comfort zone is greatness, and so I'm trying to keep pushing my comfort zone and keep stepping out my comfort zone. Working on that, and then looking for another flip. We're actively marketing, looking for wholesale deals also. So I actually just met with the Nutmeg State Property team last night. Just had a meeting as far as what are we doing, what are we working on, things that we can do better, and people that we could possibly partner with as far as wholesaling also. So it's just, just trying to find ways to add value to other people while helping ourselves also, and do the work and put in the work to try to get to where we're trying to get to. So my goal with this YouTube channel is to kind of help people. I'm looking to help newer investors that's looking to get into real estate, and because I'm still new myself, I consider myself still to be a newbie, but I feel that I can help people that are trying to get into real estate and answer questions, and maybe give some tips on what I would do different, being that I've been doing it for about 5 years now. I've been investing since 2019. So I just wanted to give you guys a look into what I'm doing, maybe what you can see the mistakes and the accomplishments I've done thus far, to just show that anybody can do this. I know if I can do it, anybody can do it. This is not rocket science as far as doing it. It does take work though, it does take time, and it does take commitment. So it's just those things that you have to put into being able to make it happen. But I feel that anybody can make it happen. And my goal is not even so much to invest in real estate. I would say it's more to just invest in something. We all plan to retire one day. How soon that is, or how far off that is, it's it's up to you. And but we all plan on retiring one day, and we all want to be able to live comfortably when we do retire. So I feel that we have to invest to be able to do that. So that's the reason I'm, doing this YouTube channel, just to kind of be able to answer questions, help people out. The influx of, people chatting me and typing in the chats have been awesome. I appreciate all the comments, and I try to get back and respond to all of those. I do have a family and stuff, so it is hard, but I try to respond to everyone that comments, and if you ask questions, let me know. If you have anything that you want to reach out, or anything, you can reach out to me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is @Keith_love_REI. So you can hit me up on Instagram and just any questions or anything that I could try to help out with, I will. I also have mentors and people that I reach out to ask questions for me. I'm more than willing to ask some questions for you also, and even hopefully one day I'll be able to bring them on and get them to speak to you. I have my cousin that's a realtor. He, you know, maybe I could bring him on sometime and have him talk to you guys and maybe ask him some questions. So if you put questions that you have for a realtor, maybe that's something that I could do with him, bring him on and then ask him those questions live on this, not live, but you know, on, and put it out there so that you guys can see the response to those questions. So let me know, comment below. So the three main strategies of real estate investing that I do myself is wholesaling. I'm a buy and hold investor, and I'm a flipper. As far as, you know, buy a house, fix it up, and sell it. So those are the three primary things that I focus on in my business. There are some other ones as far as syndication and those type of things. I feel that you know, I don't know about those things, so I try not to talk about stuff that I don't fully understand. Wholesaling, buy and hold, and flipping. Flipping, I'm still pretty new at. Like I said, I just did my first one this year, but I feel like I know a little bit about it, being that I went through the process on one and looking for the next one. And you know, as we do more and more, we'll get better and better at the whole flipping situation. So you know, so I hope, you know, I can answer some questions or help you guys out with, but those are the three main ones that I focus on. So the reason that I do wholesaling is my lead generation, right? So when you buying flips off of the MLS is tough, right? Yeah, because everybody's looking at the MLS. Everybody's you know, jumping on those type of opportunities right away. So I go off market, where I market to people that could be in pre-foreclosure, have a lot of equity, tired landlords. I market to those people directly. We actually use a cold caller. We do primarily cold calling for ours, and maybe send out mailers, but we cold call these people, see if they would be interested in selling. And then we have our lead manager go through those leads that come in from the cold callers and validate that they are actually, you know, really are looking to sell, and that they meet all the criteria that we're looking for in buying homes. And then it goes to our acquisition people, who actually call them and actually place offers on those homes. So once we place an offer, once the seller agrees to that offer, then they will get the contract signed. We'll sign a contract with that seller. As our company, Nutmeg State, is the company that we use for wholesaling. And then what we'll do as far as wholesaling, either we'll wholesale it, meaning that we'll assign that contract to ourselves if it's something that we prefer to buy. But if it's outside of our buy box or something that we're not looking to buy, we'll wholesale it to another investor that might be interested in that deal. So, and of course, we assign it for a fee to that wholesaler. So that wholesaler or that flipper or whoever's buying that property will pay a wholesale fee and then pay for the property also. So the assignment of the contract, we put let's say $1,000 fee in there for wholesaling that to that particular investor, and then they'll go ahead and close on the actual property, pay off us as the marketing company, and then pay the seller for their property. So that's wholesaling in a bit. Like I said, we do it primarily to find our own deals, but it also helps generate a little extra income from assigning properties to other investors, and build up our capital for buying more flips and buying more buy and hold properties. Because everything for me, it boils down to buy and hold properties. I think buy and hold is the way that you create wealth. Wholesaling is just a means to be able to buy and hold more properties. So buy and hold, we'll go through that. Buy and hold is just you buy a property and you rent it out, right? You rent it out to tenants. While the tenants are there, they take care of your property, they pay the rent every month. With the rent that they pay, you pay down your mortgage. So buy and hold is what I feel that, you know, really creates wealth, because you have somebody else living in the house, in the property that you're renting to them. They're paying off your mortgage, which is increasing your equity in that particular home that you are renting, and you have, hopefully you're making a little cash flow if you run the numbers right on it. And so hopefully if you ran your numbers right on that particular property, you'll be collecting a little cash flow in the while your tenant is also paying off your mortgage. And so now you're really creating you have cash flow coming in, but the real wealth is in the property and building equity in that property and being able to, it just gives you options down the road as far as what do you want to do. And then flipping is another job pretty much. So flipping for us it's almost like wholesaling, but you have a chance to make more money on the property by actually going into that property, fixing it up, doing the work to get it up to where you need it to get to, and to be able to sell it to an end buyer at a good price, and be able to build some for you to be able to make money in between there. So let's say you buy a property for $100,000, you put $50,000 worth of work into it, and you go and you turn around and you sell that property on MLS for $250,000, right? And now you have a $100,000 fee in there. Of course, you got to pay your realtor fees and whatever other type of fees that you have in there, but you have potentially $100,000 profit that you can make on a flip. And the only reason, like I said, flipping is another job. It's I do have a day job, but I see flipping as a means to be able to build capital quickly, to be able to buy and hold properties. And that's the only reason that I'm flipping and wholesaling more, to find deals off market and possibly make a little cash from it on the side. But flipping to make a little cash, also another job. Both of them are jobs. And then but it's all to put that money back into buy and hold properties. Let's talk some numbers on a particular property or a wholesale deal. I don't know, which one would you rather go through? A wholesale deal? Maybe I'll go through both, right? So wholesale deal, I'll tell you one that we did last year. We found the property in Meriden. It was a 2-family. We purchased the property, and this is almost a year ago now, for this particular property that I'm thinking about. But we purchased it, or we've signed the contract with the seller for $260,000. We found the buyer. We put together an assignment contract, and we assigned the contract to another investor for $265,000. So once it went to the attorneys closed it. The buyer's attorney and the seller's attorney closed the deal. We got $5,000 fee for finding the deal. The seller got his $260,000, and the buyer has a rental property, a 2-family in Meriden, for $200,000, and they bought it for $265,000. So those are the kind of numbers that we look at for wholesale deals. For the flip that we just did in Connecticut, here in Norwalk, we bought the property for $460,000. We bought it from a wholesaler, another wholesaler actually, who found the deal. Shouts out to Andre. And then we put about $75,000 worth of work into the property, so we were all in to the property for about $535,000 or so. And then we ended up selling that property for $715,000. So if you could do the numbers on that, we did pretty well on that flip. Of course, there's a lot of fees we had to pay. We did hard money, and we could talk about that maybe down the road a bit. We did a hard money loan, which is very expensive. I think we paid about 11% on that, and 2 points, I believe, about 2 points, a point to the broker and a point to the actually hard money lender. So it was pretty expensive as far as all the fees. We also had realtor fees for selling the property for us, and then we did give some credits to the seller on the buy because they found some things through their inspection that they wanted us to resolve or to be able to pay them out for. So so we didn't get the whole, you know, amount between what we put into it, but we got a good amount. It was a great learning experience was the biggest thing. It was a great learning experience, and we're definitely looking to do more and learn more and get better at it. So some tips: if I was to do this all over again, or if I was to start over from the beginning, my first step would have been the house hack. I would have probably bought a 2-family or a 3-family or a 4-family, lived in one of the units, and rented out the other 3 units. And I'd have probably used the FHA loan to be able to purchase that property, because it allows you to get in with a very low down payment at 3.5%. So I didn't go that route. I went straight into buying rentals and having to put 20% down, which is, you know, a lot of money starting out. But if I was to be able to do it all again, I would definitely do house hacking. I would live in a unit, rent out the other units, and offset the rent, right? And then I would probably do it 3 or 4 times if I could, with FHA loans, because you only have to live in the property for a year. So, you know, if you did the 4-3-2-1 method, right? So you bought a 4-family, lived in one of the units, rented out the other 3, lived in that for a year, then stepped down to a 3-family, did the same thing, rented out 2 units, lived in one. We lived in it for about a year, moved into a 2-family, rented out the other unit, waited for about a year, moved into a single family. And then you buy whatever you want, and you already have 10 rentals or 10 units, right, under your belt that you built up through the house hacking method, and you've only put 3.5% down on each of those homes. And the cool thing about it, right, is that yeah, you're you know, I would have been thinking, oh, well, what I was thinking at the time is a 4-family is so expensive, right? A 4-family is, let's say here in Connecticut, is crazy. But where I am in Norwalk, I think I walked one a couple of years ago. It was going for $1 million. But the thing is with it is that the loan, they factor in the rents that you will get from the other units and count that towards your, you know, being able to afford the property. So that's the cool thing about that. So they'll take 75% of the rents that you're getting or that you can possibly get and count that towards being able to afford the property, and that can help you be able to afford the property that you're purchasing. So if I was to do it all over again, I would start off with house hacking. So that's the first thing I suggest to anybody that's looking to get into real estate is start off with house hacking, see where that goes, see if you even like it, if you like dealing with tenants, if you like having rentals and dealing with tenants, and at least learn the process first before you get into straight buying rental properties. So if I was to do it all again, that's what I would do. Today was a little bit longer of a video. I'm trying to get a little more comfortable with this, and you know, being able to talk to a camera, and it's taking work. I'm not a big talker, so this is tough for me, but I want to be able to help as many people as I can, and I know going to meetups and you know, talking to the people that I talk to now, it's only a select number of people that I can reach, and this is going to help me reach more people and help more people and be able to invite people to ask questions and maybe even help me out in instances that they see that there's things that I could do differently. So and just in recap, you know, we talked about a good amount today. We talked about wholesaling as far as that's a means to you know, a lot of new investors start out getting into the real estate by wholesaling. It's tougher than you think, I know for most people it's not easy to get into wholesaling. You have to be okay with dealing with people and talking to a lot of people and getting a lot of no's before you get those yeses. So, but wholesaling, we talked about buy and hold investing, which I think is the way to build wealth and just generational wealth. That's the reason that I'm doing the buy and hold, and that's my main focus. Everything else is just to be able to purchase more properties and more buy and hold properties. So that's that's the reason I'm doing the whole wholesaling. And then we also talked about flipping, which is something else that I'm doing, just to build up capital to be able to buy more rentals. And so that this is a recap of what we talked about today. Let me know what investment styles you're using in the comments, or if you're looking to get into real estate, let me know. I would love to hear from you and love to hear your journey so far and how it's been going for you so far. So subscribe, follow, and let's go on this journey together.